You're not lazy, you're afraid. Afraid of trying and failing. Afraid of giving your best and still not being enough. And this story will explain why. Everyone in the small town of Brookdale thought Emily Carter was lazy. She slept late, she missed deadlines, she quit things halfway. People whispered, she has talent, but no discipline. Even her own family used that word, laser-like, a final judgment, stuff. Emily heard it so often that one day, she started believing it. At 26, she was working a job she hated at a grocery store. Stacking shelves under bright lights that made her feel smaller every day. She once dreamed of becoming a writer. She had notebooks filled with ideas, characters, and unfinished stories. But those notebooks were now buried under dust, just like her confidence. Every night, she told herself, tomorrow I'll start. And every morning, fear answered back, what if you fail again? So she didn't start. Her best friend Liam tried to help. Liam was the kind of person who showed up early, stayed late, and believed effort always paid off. One evening, while they sat on a bench outside the store, Liam asked, Emily, why don't you ever apply for writing jobs? You're good. Emily laughed, but it wasn't a happy laugh. Good at quitting, she said. Liam frowned. You're not lazy. Lazy people don't feel guilty about doing nothing. That sentence hit her harder than she expected. That night, Emily couldn't sleep. She kept replaying her life like a movie college projects she never submitted. Blogs she started but abandoned. Opportunities she avoided because they felt too big. Deep down, she knew the truth. She wasn't lazy. She was scared. Scared that if she truly tried, people would see her but stand rejected. Scared that failure would prove all her doubts right. A few days later, something unexpected happened. The store manager, Mrs. Thompson, called Emily into her office. Emily expected a warning. Instead, Mrs. Thompson said, I'm cutting your hours. Emily felt her chest tighten. Less money, more pressure. But then Mrs. Thompson added, you look like someone who's somewhere they don't belong. Emily stayed silent. I once wanted to be a painter, Mrs. Thompson continued softly. I waited for courage. It never came. One day I just chose regret instead. That was the moment Emily realized something painful. Fear doesn't disappear with time, it only grows. That night, she made a small decision. Not a big life change, just one small promise. She would write for 10 minutes a day. Not to be great, not to succeed, just to show up. The first day was awful. Her mind screamed, this is pointless. The second day felt the same. By the fifth day, she almost quit. But something strange happened on day 10. The fear was still there, but quieter. 10 minutes turned into 20. 20 into 40. Emily still failed. She sent articles that got rejected. She read emails that started with, thank you, but each rejection hurt, but it hurt less than not trying. One evening, she broke down crying on the phone with her mother. Maybe everyone was right, Emily said. Maybe I'm just not meant for this. Her mother paused, then said, fear sounds like laziness when you don't understand it. That sentence became Emily's anchor. She began to see fear everywhere, not just in herself. Her co-worker James, who never applied for promotions. Her cousin Rachel, who dreamed of starting a business, but kept waiting for the right time. Even Liam, who secretly wanted to start his own company, but stayed safe. Fear wears many masks. Laziness is one of them. Months passed. Emily didn't become famous. She didn't go viral overnight, but she became disciplined not because she was suddenly motivated, but because she learned to work with fear, not against it. She learned that confidence is built after action, not before it. That self-belief grows when you keep promises to yourself. That failure isn't proof you're weak, it's proof you're trying. 1 year later, Emily stood on a small stage at a local storytelling event. Her hands shook as she read her short story aloud. Her voice cracked halfway through. But when she finished, people stood up and clapped. Not because the story was perfect, but because it was honest. After the event, a stranger walked up to her and said, your story made me feel seen. That night, Emily smiled not because she had made it, but because she had finally faced the thing that controlled her life for so long. Fear. Today, Emily still feels afraid sometimes, but now she knows the truth. You don't need to kill fear. You just need to move while it's watching. This is the lesson we share on MindShift Tales, that real change doesn't start with motivation. It starts with understanding yourself. If you think you're lazy, what am I afraid will happen if I try? Then take one small step anyway. Because the moment you act despite fear, you stop being controlled by it. And that's where real personal growth begins.